Who may not be aware, the two red laser dots you see in the middle of the screen are 10 centimeters apart to help us tell scale.
Which leads the stream 1 should be back.
Yeah, I think everything looks, it looks like a mishmash of rock types here. We've got brighter, whiter, maybe possibly fresher or recently broken carbonates, as well as older manganese crusted rocks. These rocks have probably been here in place for quite a while.
Snap here, Roland, just in between those two rocks.
Yep. I'm just taking a look at a sponge now, a glass sponge, and another sponge, yeah, to the right. One sponge on the left, another on the right. Both types of glass sponges, most likely. The one on the right is a type of collateralized sponge or a carnivorous sponge, one of which we sampled, not this one, but another member of the same genus, or rather of the same family, off the coast of St. Croix. And I think just off to the right-hand side, pilot in the background on this rock, there seems to be a fan, or am I seeing things? Yeah, oh, okay. Not fan, it looks to be a...
Over here?
Like, yeah, foraminiferan trees or
yeah.
hydroids, yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay. I thought it was something more more sturdy, but it just seems to be those hydroids.
Copy that.
I'm
Okay.
probably finishing up on the swing. If you guys want to start thinking about another move since there's such a long delay.
Copy that. Let's hold here, Roland. I see something in the background there. It's a little different.
Yep, partial.
And, okay. Yeah, stand by. Stubbing my toe a little.
Yeah, we're
Okay, let's try to give that a zoom.
regarding the talus pile. We're there's another kind of stalk or stem. This one seems to have an anemone on it. Looks like if this anemone has been there for a while, based on its size, I think it might have been. It's likely outgrown the coral or sponge stalk which it's lying on. Seems to be a lot of debris, and I think I can see a tube worm as well to the upper right of the anemone. Kind of has a feeding appendages extended out. A little mucus tube.
Okay, video.
Mucus and sediment tube.
Kicking up.
We are looking at
Dusting up the
what
place
could
here.
be
Feeding the locals.
different
Yeah.
overlapping deposits of rock that have fallen down at different times in a type of landslide event, or these could just be one rock fall or landslide that might have different colors of rock on the same material. So one side of the rock is manganese coated while the other is more fresh on the back side that's not exposed to the seawater. Thanks, Jason.
So, Copal, you said you're done with that swing, you think?
Yeah, I think the move finished 4 minutes ago. 5 minutes
Yeah,
ago.
you should be finishing up. If you're not done already.
I think we can put another one in.
Okay.
Let's keep them short, though.
Yeah.
Looks like we might be coming up on some...
Yeah, I
Do you
think
want a
we're
full
just
20-meter one on this
approaching
one?
the bottom of this very steep feature right now,
You're out there a little bit.
and
Not-
Yeah,
everything here looks very fragmented.
Let's do 20, yeah.
Okay.
If we see something,
We can stop.
yeah, exactly.
Bridge, RV nav. Hey, we're ready for another ship move. It's going to be the same one. 20 meters at 270, 0.2 knots.
See if we can get this in the water column here, Roland.
Good copy.
That's a little planktonic organism we're looking at right now. It's really tough to see. It looks like a copepod. I think it is a copepod. I don't think I've ever seen a copepod like this. That's been so big you can see with a camera, but it says a lot about the
Lasers
camera.
on.
You can see his
Yeah, go
little
ahead.
brother above him.
As well as the piloting skills. It takes a lot of fine-tune adjustments to see this. Yeah, there's 2 copepods. You can see by the shape of the antennae, as well as the tail, that this is a copepod. These are mostly filter-feeding planktonic organisms. They use their movement of their appendages to create a feeding current, which they can use to sort very fine particles and ingest some and remove others.
Okay, Ron, we can let that guy go.
Very cool. It's a big copepod. Usually they're a couple millimeters
there a
long,
whip
maybe
there?
at most, but
To the right.
it's a good size, good observation.
Good catch.
Yeah. There's also a coral on the rock coming into the lasers now.
Creep in.
Before we head our,
Seem to have extra flares near those upper lights.
Yeah,
Tilted in or something.
I'm tilted up a fair amount. I'll get up over it and then kind of look in our normal.
this is probably the most
configuration.
dramatic terrain we've seen so far. It's
Just-
very, very fractured and large chunks of fresh
Looks
or
like
you
there
know
might be a fish
recently
behind you,
exposed
too, but
carbonates,
Okay,
most likely.
let's go ahead and come on in video
Yeah.
from here. What's that, co-pilot?
Looks like there might be a fish or something, but I'm not sure if that's of interest.
Oh, looks like a bamboo coral
Might
here.
be higher above you anyway.
If I'm not mistaken, this looks very much like the one we looked at yesterday with the big, oversized polyps and very thin skeleton. And based on the wavy motion of the wavy orientation of the axis, very reminiscent of the one we collected yesterday. We're in the same depth range, of course, but is there any way to look at one of the branch points, pilot? I don't know, they're kind
Sure.
of few and far between here.
That'd be down here maybe, or up at the top.
Yeah. So I'm looking at the one in the background, kind of mid-center center screen. You know, it looks to me like could be an internodal brancher. I know it's not obvious that it's branching from the node, is what I'm trying to point out.
Oh, I see. Like
Yeah.
down, kind of hidden by the.
Yeah, that's right.
I can try to rotate.
No, that's all right. I think that's enough. You know, we want to get up this feature.
Sure.
It looks similar enough to yesterday that it could be the same, but it's good to grab that image anyway. Of course, we're in a little bit of a different biogeographic area than yesterday. We were on the south side of Puerto Rico in the Caribbean Basin. Today we're on the north side of the Mona Passage and the Mona Canyon. And we're more exposed to the Atlantic, to the greater part of the North Atlantic Ocean.
Roland, I said the same thing on the lens flare. So if you see something that might be causing that, let us know. It seems like it's a lot more than normal.
I agree. Maybe it's because the lower ones are tilted up a little bit.
Yeah, co-pilot, go ahead and try to maybe tilt them down a little.
Would that be bringing it inboard,
No.
outward?
Yeah. Or actually, it would just be deploy for the lowers.
Oh, you want to bring them down. I gotcha. Okay.
Take the bridge.
Oh, that.
Is that too far?
No, I think that helped, right?
Yeah, the right upper right looks much better.
Yeah.
To be more careful around the rocks. Other side too.
Sure.
So we're looking at a rather
Yep,
large
there
block
goes.
that has
Oh, that was with your
most
tilt.
likely fallen off
Yeah, sorry.
above cliff. We can see pretty clearly the two-tone coloration part of it. Probably the exposed side to the seawater was more dark or manganese coated, while the other side might be the
Definitely starting to move.
backside of
now.
the rock that was freshly carved from the side of the canyon wall. It's not quite possible to tell how old these rocks are or when they fell, but during our expedition or during our dive today, we'll be on the lookout. We'll be on the lookout for different clues that might indicate if certain layers are fresh or have been exposed for a very long time. Still a lot of large debris here, much larger rock than we were seeing down lower, so I don't think it would be unreasonable to say we're getting pretty close to this near vertical or likely vertical wall.
Co-pilot, you just brought it. I don't know if you're aware, but you might have done that on purpose. The swing arm's now below.
Okay. It's hard to judge. I can't see it. In that
You can
one.
see it right here, and you can see it right there. Those are going to be their best bets for.
Yeah, I'll turn it. I'll turn so you can see it.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
One of our shoreside scientists, Jason Chater from the U.S. Geological Survey,
You're,
was
that's
inboard
just saying
too.
that this actually would
maybe that
qualify as a
Okay,
rock
I think
fall
that
or
was what's throwing me
a
off.
rock avalanche, which
Yeah,
is
there you
a
go.
little bit
Okay.
more
Also, see it
I
with
guess
HD2
larger than
if you
just
rotate.
the small
good point.
cobble-sized and gravel-sized stones we were seeing down below. I need to remind myself not to say stones either, because that's a very specific
Okay.
geological term I learned in previous expeditions. Stones and rocks are not the same thing.
Gotcha.
No, I don't know, actually.
So actually, I don't know if this would qualify as a layer, but
Yeah.
there's kind of a strike here.
Yep. Yeah, we can take a look at the rock face and then maybe look longitudinally, kind of along the wall.
Sure.
Watch these. Are we looking for any more loose rocks as well?
We haven't had any requests yet, but I'll let you know as early as I can about collections.